Yes, and welcome to a very special Mad Watch Collector show. Now, I have been involved in some very proud moments since I started the channel in 2020. This one today, well, I can't believe it's happened. Not only am I going to show you what I think is the best GADA watch release of 2026, but I'm going to show you where it was assembled, tested, with all the bells and whistles, because I helped design it. And I can't believe I'm saying this, but the watch brand I've collaborated with is Hanhart. This brand have been making precision timepieces since 1882, and to have the Mad Watch Collector channel collaborate with a watch brand like this, quite honestly, it's a remarkable achievement. Now, this all came about last year when I visited Hanhart's HQ in Gutenbach, Germany. I was invited to speak in an event with the fantastic TGV of the urban gentry, going to visit a place that has over 90 years of watchmaking history, meeting everyone that is involved with Hanhart now, and getting to know the everyday running of Hanhart. Well, it was pretty special. You guys know I'm a big fan of their chronographs, particularly the 417 ES, an incredible, iconic chronograph that has been copied and plagiarized more times than I've had at dinners. But a couple of years ago, Hanhart stepped out of their chronograph comfort zone and attempted to make the ultimate GADA watch. Yes, this phenomenal Preventor HD12 was a culmination not only of Hanhart's history, but it was inspired by all the best GADA watches of the past 50 years, and it was done with the help of TGV himself. Anyway, it was no surprise that that watch did extremely well. It was in a 39mm one size only, and it was a chance for Hanhart lovers who possibly couldn't afford the chronographs to be able to get a Hanhart with their DNA over it, and let's be fair, buying a watch that was almost indestructible, scratch proof, and a leader in that price point around the £1,100 mark. Now, last year on my visit, I had many chats with Felix, one of the CEOs of Hanhart, about making that Preventor a slightly different size. Now, Hanhart predominantly are a big watch size brand, and we're a little apprehensive of making watches smaller than 39mm. So my suggestion, let's bring out a limited edition run of this different size Preventor, and we should call it the Mad Preventor. Unfortunately for me, Felix said yes. Anyway, roll in some added new features, and people, you are about to see what we came up with. Are you Mad Preventor ready? Let's go! Ladies and gentlemen, I give you the Mad Preventor HD12 36mm. I mean, I've had this watch in my hands for weeks and I still can't believe it. This is the ultimate do anything, go anywhere watch, and it doesn't matter what you do with it, it's gonna look brand new still at the end of every day. Anyway, from drawings on paper to the finished prototype I have on my wrist, this has been the culmination of a year's work for Hanhart. No stone has been left unturned, and I think, personally, this watch is going to do so well, they might think a little bit more about watch sizes. Anyway, right, where do we start? 316L stainless steel case and bracelet. However, the HD12 in the title relates to Hanhart's hardening process, which is on par and level with Sin's tegimented steel from around 400 Vickers. The process which Hanhart uses on this steel means the strength goes up to 1400 Vickers, and trust me, because I've tested it, you really can't scratch it. Anyway, one thing I wanted to make sure when we were creating this new 36mm Preventor was to keep the masculinity high. The case is 36mm in diameter. The thickness is about 10mm. The lug to lug, we have kept 20mm. It would have been quite easy to do 18, but to have that bigger gap in a 36mm watch just makes it look a bit tougher. Also, a huge feature for me was to have a big prominent crown, which we have at 3 o'clock. It is screwed down and is very lovely to operate. We have a slightly domed sapphire glass with anti-reflective coating on the inside, and with that screw down crown and screw down case back, the watch is water resistant to 150 meters. Now on this limited edition, we have an upgrade in the clasp. This time, instead of just a diver's extension, we have an on-the-fly micro adjust. It's also milled. The links are solid. The end links are solid. They are held together using screws. There's also an easy way for taking the bracelet out, just in case you want to change it onto a strap. It's phenomenal, and it's one of the most comfortable stainless steel bracelets I've ever had. And at the end, you're going to see how good it looks on the wrist. Let's take a look at the face.
Dial time.
Now, traveling from the airport to the Gutenbach headquarters, well, you get to see a lot of the Black Forest of Germany. Just hills, trees, beautiful lush green everywhere. And I thought to myself, if I'm ever gonna be that lucky, and have a collaboration with Hanhart, I like to celebrate where these watches are assembled and shipped out. So the color of the dial is Black Forest green, which almost looks black in dark lights and luscious light green in the sun. It's such a dynamic color, it suits this watch just perfectly. Anyway, that dial has printed our numeral markers, which are inspired by those iconic chronographs. Love the old historique Hanhart logo. We have a truly magnificent matte cathedral handset where the seconds hand is loomed and the tip of the seconds hand is bent down, which is another characteristic of Hanhart. I love the red tip of it as well, together with the red Preventor printing and the printed minute markers around the outside of the dial. For me, I think this is perfect. And believe it or not, it's better in the dark. Absolutely incredible Swiss Super Luminova on the hands and the hour markers. There is truly no way of ever not being able to tell the time at whatever time. Now, powering the watch is a Sellita SW200-1. One of my favorite Swiss movements out there, based on the ETA 2824, 38 hours of power reserve, a 4 Hertz sweep, meaning it beats at 28,800 beats per hour. There was an opportunity to have the Sellita SW200-2 put inside here. Having that new Sellita inside with a higher power reserve would have costed you more money. This being a Gada where every single day of the week watch, who needs a high power reserve? 38 is fine for me.
Hello.
On my 6.5-inch wrist, and yes, there's a reason why I haven't shown many photos of me wearing watches during the days of the last 2 weeks. That's because it's been very hard not to wear this one. This watch looks absolutely stunning on my wrist. The green is magnificent. The bracelet is so comfortable. Even if I didn't have anything to do with this collaboration, I would still think this was probably my favorite watch of the year. It's just one of those watches you don't want to take off. And now, I'm so glad I can show it off now. It's already making my other watches jealous. This watch sits so proudly on your wrist. It's so good. Now, a couple of months ago, I had the pleasure to go back in Gutenbach, Germany, to see this MAD Preventor being assembled. And to basically show you guys the process that is done before you get a Hanhart in general through the post and on your doorstep. From the case, the sapphire glass, the crown, the gaskets, the movement, every stainless steel part has been treated with this HD12 process. You can't scratch it. You just can't. First, it's time to inspect, and this is all done still with human beings and not with robots. So whether it's inspecting the dials for any QC issues, they are individually tested, as well as the loom on the dials. When it comes to the movements, there is the Hanhart standard. They are regulated to 0 to +8 seconds a day. That's testing the movement outside of the case and then inside of the case as well. Hanhart also do their own pressure testing, and then with each watch that is purchased and you've ordered a certain strap or bracelet, the watch is assembled and boxed, all ready to be shipped out to you. Seeing all this in action and all the steps it takes before it comes to us, I don't know about you, but it makes me want to support brands like this more. So there we go, the Hanhart MAD Preventor HD12 36mm. What do you think? I know there have been a lot of people email and ask Hanhart, when are you going to make a 36 Preventer? Well, they've listened. This, in my opinion, now makes the Preventer the ultimate everyday watch. And it gives my watch box another colour. This green is phenomenal. And hopefully you understand the story behind it and why we made those design decisions. Now the price. Well, it's gonna be the same price as the 39 Preventer on the bracelet, which is around £1,100 to £1,200. That, for me, is a pretty insane price. Just comparing them around the watch market, the hardened coating, the Swiss movement, from a brand that has been going for 140 years. I mean, this watch was inspired by the Preventer 9. This gorgeous watch that I spotted in the museum when I went a couple of months ago. To be able to draw inspiration from that watch from the 1950s and the whole brand in general in a place that had been making watches for like 90 years. What an absolute pleasure it has been to have been just a small part in bringing a new watch to life. Now here's the serious part. The pre-order window starts today and there are only going to be 200 pieces available to buy. Honestly, I can't wait for this watch to be launched, for it to be flooded all over Instagram. Me personally, I think this watch is going to do that well. We're probably going to see a 36mm Preventer in the future that is not limited edition. But this is the test. Now the big test. Here it is, my wife's thoughts on the biggest achievement, the most proudest achievement the Mad Watch Collector channel has ever been involved with. This is the watch. It's nice. I love the colour of the dial. It's easy to read. The strap is nice. It's good. Yes, it's a win-win. It's very hard to not like this watch, and even the wife likes it. Thank you so much for watching till the end. You are legendary. Remember, if you are interested in this watch, there are only 200 pieces available to pre-order, which is pretty mental, but I'd get on it. I really would. Anyway, if you want to show a bit more support to the Mad Watch Collector channel, we've got a Patreon. See the shows early, blooper reels, behind the scene footage, private group chat, and get your name credited at the end of every show, like this wonderful lot. But if I've got you here for a few more minutes, and I know I have, why don't you click this one? You will love it. Go on. Hanhart at its best. I mean, this is Hanhart at its best, but go on, you'll love it. Honestly, click it. You'll love it. Click it.